Hi guys, welcome back to Tara Makes Up. Today I have a little bit of a different video for you, but nonetheless still very requested. Today I'm going to do my How I Stay Organised as a Makeup Artist video, and this kind of has heavy reference to my love of planning, as you guys will have heard me talk about so much on this channel, in particularly my love of planners and organisers. So I thought I'd show you the two that I use pretty much on a day-to-day basis, and then we'll have a little look inside them and loads of lovely stationery favourites that I'm going to share with you too. So I just thought I'd show you my kind of everyday planner and my work planner next to each other as well. So like I said, this is the one that I use more for personal, like doctor's information, really important everyday information I need, and this one is purely for work. And I thought this is a good way as well to show you guys the comparison in size. So this one is A5 and this one is what would be considered the personal size in a Filofax. So, and it's called the MM Agenda, and this is the Louis Vuitton GM Agenda. So this one I actually brought brand new. This was a present from my husband for my 30th birthday. So it's very, very special. And this one I actually brought secondhand, pre-loved, from Vestiaire, where they actually have them authenticated for you. And I really, really love this. And I definitely think you can buy the Louis Vuitton canvas pieces, really, really great pre-love. So don't be put off if you feel like you're not sure about going down the pre-loved route. They definitely have great options. And I mean, I think this one is like 15 years old or something by the date code, and it's still in really good condition. So the first thing you'll see when you open up my agenda, I just have a postcard that I bought from PaperChase, and it's just the letter H. I love anything with H's on, and I just laminated it. Now you guys, if you followed me on social media for a while, will know I love my laminator. It's literally one of my favorite things. And in terms of my dashboard, I like it quite simple. So I generally, like I said, I just have my planner as a very functional thing. So I like to be able to see everything very easily and use it easily. So you'll see I have this card that says rock on with a cute little ring sign, and this was an engagement card for my friend. And I think the nicest thing about your planner is like making it your own and making it feel special every time you open it. So this was from an engagement card, which I just cut and laminated it, and it makes a nice kind of little dashboard piece. And then for my dividers, I actually use these ones by Stationery because they're kind of like a plastic material, like a leather effect, like a leather embossed print, which I love. I think it's really super chic, really minimal. And then I just have Stationery stickers as well. And my dividers are labeled inspiration, to do, schedule, projects and ideas. And then right underneath is contact. So like I said, this is my work setup. This is what I use every day. And this is like my whole work life in one place. So the first thing I have is my inspiration section. Now this kind of encapsulates obviously work stuff, so like images I'm inspired by, or it might be a song I've heard, or lyrics, or a poem, something that kind of makes me think of an idea for an editorial. But also I like to have quotes written down, like positive quotes. So if I'm having, maybe a day where I miss my family, or something to do with work that's been challenging, like it's really nice to have something that stays inspiring, and it's just good to look back at as well if ever I'm stuck for motivation or stuck for like ideas, for example, for work. I like coming back to this. So I'll read, what is it says? So let's read some. So I've got one that says, life isn't about finding yourself, life is about creating yourself. And it says, smile, breathe and go slowly. And it's literally just like a page that I generally read every morning. So, and then I love one that says, failure is the condiment that gives success its flavour. That's Truman Capote. So yeah, I just have some really nice inspiring quotes that are nice to kind of go back to if I feel like a bit uninspired. I just go back to this, and it's a nice place to come back to. One of the main reasons I love the agenda is the fact that you can just hole punch things and move them about. So in my top section, I'll generally have, for example, this shoot, I love the lighting on the skin. So I wanted to take this for a shoot that I have coming up. Obviously not anything to do with the makeup, but I just love the lighting. So this is like a lighting reference, but having the hole puncher is great because it means I can just pop things into my Filofax, and it's really good to reference. And then I'm kind of getting into making vision boards like a regular thing. So I actually want to do like a proper big one. And there's some amazing people that I'll link down below as well who like have great posts on vision boards. But this is like a just general one. So there's a couple of like, corny but cute quotes. So life is tough, my darling, but so are you. Be happy, be bright, be you. Stop hating yourself for everything you aren't, and start loving yourself for everything you already are. So just again, nice imagery to look at, things I want to try. So I really want to try making this book table, like a bit of upcycling, kind of style references that I like, pieces that I like. So then I come to my to-do page, and this is where I actually write down like tasks, things I've got to do, meetings, like all with regards to my work. So again, I won't show you a page that it's already got writing on, because a lot of it's blog related stuff as well. And I just have these beautiful pages, again by Stationery. They're called Daily Agenda, and you can write your top 3 priorities here. You get like box 1, box 2, and I usually put that as like MUA work, so my work as a makeup artist, and then I usually have like a Harry Makes Up box, so stuff I'm going to do for my blog and channel. You've got 3 boxes at the bottom. You could use those for meal planning, you could use them for exercise or tracking things. And then you also have your agenda section that starts from 6 AM all the way till 10 PM, which I love. And there's room to write like a quote at the top if you want, or the date. And I usually use these little page markers from PaperChase, which are magnetic, just to flip straight to the day that I'm on. So I use that. And then within the same section, I also have my weekly planner. So again, you'll see I have a little tab here which says to do, and then I'll also have within the same section a day that's marked out for my week. These again are from Crossbow Printables, and I love these. So with the weekly planner, these are just a really good way for me to kind of see the week at a glance and see, you know, I can have my events, if there's any beauty events for the blog, if there's any, you know, work days that may cross over with the blog as well, I can write these down here. So jobs that I have coming up. And then also, again, I have like main objectives I have to do. I've got a little box for calls and emails I need to make, and then a box for notes as well. So that's kind of like really general information. And then I use my daily page to kind of specify lists and tasks for that day. So that's where I keep all my kind of things I've got to do in the immediate sense with tasks and lists. And then again, I just printed out some fun things that I found on like Google Images and just laminated them, some really nice illustrations. I just like having like visual things in my planner as well. So even though it's minimal and it's practical, I do like having, you know, references to makeup, and I kind of like the shape. So yeah, that's like a little bit of planner art. And then I come to schedule. Now this one is more for kind of the YouTube and the blog, because like I said, I have my kind of other diary, which actually has times and appointments in. And this is where I will plan out literally everything from what video is happening when to which blog post when. So these are from Stationery, and they are absolutely beautiful. Absolutely love these. So I can probably show you January by the time this comes out. I think I should be able to. So yeah, these are like monthly inserts. So it's called the master plan, and you get your calendar like this. And then you have special dates. So, you know, again, with the YouTube, I can write in things that are kind of key events like Valentine's Day, the Oscars. Still need to finish that. But it's this gorgeous marble paper. And again, the quality is just stunning. And you've also got the chance as well to use like master lists or notes. And I tend to use like for January, I'll actually put like my January favorites here. And then each month I'll have my February favorites. And it's a nice place to kind of list those that I can reference easily. So this is how it was looking for January. I can't remember what will be out by the time you see this, but hopefully everything in here I'm okay to show you. And I've made little bookmarks because I'm the ultimate geek. And like I said, guys, this is my passion. It's my downtime. It's what I do to chill. And again, just my laminator. This was just some Louis Vuitton hat boxes. That was like an illustration on Google, printed it off and laminated it, and it makes a really good bookmark. So that takes me to the month I'm on with YouTube and the blog. And Wednesday is my blog day. Sunday is my video day. So going into my project section, so I've got a little bit there about my rebranding of Harry Makes It Up. So I'm going to show you a clean page first. And these little tabs are great as well, actually. These are ones that I use. I think these are just from the Container Store. So I'll show you the project planner page. This is again from Crossbow Printables. Absolutely, again, just beautiful paper quality, really functional. So you can write your project, start date, deadline, you can do a to-do list, you can have notes, ideas, and you can tick off completed if you want. So I tend to use one of these as like the kind of base of my shoot idea, or if I've been given a treatment for a music video or something like that, I have it next to this. So I can show you one that I did a while ago. So this was a mood board I had for something I was doing World Duty Free. So we were doing a glitter look. I'll link to the video below if you haven't already seen that look. And you know, I just had to get some references. I forever love my Dymo labeler. And that's the thing I love about Filofax is, you know, you can print like this. I can have notes next to it. So I can literally make a section. I can make a tab. I can bookmark it, and then I can have the notes next to the project planner page. So again, here's the little picture I've put in as well. I've got my glitter look notes, the products I want to use. and then I can put my reference next to it. So it's all like in a tidy section, really easy to reference to. And then again, the other one I was doing was kind of like a lip stain idea. So I had references of that and then notes to go with it. So that section, like I said, I kind of use it. So rouge look, you know, these are kind of projects I've been working on, and I can put my notes, but the project sheets are just, project planner sheets are just really good to get like the key information down and then use it as like a starting point and then add pieces into my project section. So the next section is my ideas section, and this I generally use like a notes section really. So again, there's a lot of stuff in there I can't show you because it's stuff that's happening on the channel and new things coming out. But again, I have more beautiful marble lined paper from Stationery. And in here, I'll often write lists or ideas. So again, like video post ideas, blog post ideas, projects that I kind of want to do, maybe shoot ideas for creative ideas, and that's pretty much all in that section. Then the last section I have is contact, as the name would suggest, is contact. So again, I can't really show you in this section, but I have numbers and email addresses of magazines I work with, PRs I work with. These are kind of like my go-to contacts that I might need, you know, at least once a week there'll be someone in here I have to contact. So yes, I have them stored in my, you know, my phone and my laptop, but I also like having them written down. So especially when I moved, it was nice having like my key addresses with me. And then last but not least, I have some Post-its, which again, I think are really useful if I'm sort of got a really crazy busy day and I want to remember things without having to think where it is. I will just stick these on the front of the dashboard. And these are again from Stationery. I have my noted beautiful Post-its. So these are the really cute little like banana leaf. And then Stationery also does them in a gorgeous marble, which again, just really nice and classic and clean. And I think for me, I need my planner to stay clean and classic so that I can see it and actually use it in a way that makes me more organized. And then the extra things that I keep around my desk to help me stay organized are some pieces I have by Cloth and Paper. I have these beautiful scissors that say tools to live by, beautiful cutting quality. Again, I think it just makes kind of work time at home or planning time really exciting for me, and it's a real hobby. I really enjoy it. I also have these gorgeous pencils. These are also by Cloth and Paper. Now, I've been too scared to use them and I haven't actually started them because they're so beautiful. It's like that thing where they just look so nice as like Pinterestable desktop. So I haven't actually used them, but I really, really love them. And like I said, they kind of stay on my desktop just because they look nice. And then I have a pen that my friend Lou brought me, which I love, and she had engraved on it, "Love you long time," which is a really nice silver pen. And then just a couple of kind of like rose gold pens. So I have one from PaperChase and another one from Stationery, which I really like as well. And they're kind of my go-to tools. So just to show you as well, this is a book that I got from Cloth and Paper, and they do a subscription service whereby you get different stationery every month, which is like the ultimate dream. And they have these beautiful tabs that say The Grind, Socialite, Motivational AF, Girl Gang, Moolah, and whatevs. And I find these are really, really good as well because they're quite nice for like notes, sort of like on the go. And because it's this kind of grid system where you can kind of just take off the pages, they come off like this. This is really good for on the go note taking. So this is inside my agenda. I have a pen by Stationery that's just black and gold. And then I have my initials stamped in this with my husband's surname, so Harry Beasley, which I really, really love. And the great thing with Louis Vuitton, even if it is a pre-loved piece, as long as it's authenticated or they know it's real, they will actually still heat stamp them for you. So that was really cool to have that done. Got another one of these PaperChase magnetic, that's the word, bookmarks. So these I actually made myself, and again, this shows the extent of my love for planning. These are so simple to do, guys. I copied a video off YouTube how to do these, which I'll link below, with a woman who shows you how to make these. They take like 10 seconds, and just got some nice craft ribbon and like a rose gold safety pin, not safety pin, paper clip. God, I keep getting my terminology wrong, my planner terminology. And yeah, these are just great for like little bookmarks. And you know, when I've had like makeup from Chanel, I've kept the ribbons and they make really, really cute little bookmarks. My dashboard, again, I really love fashion illustrations, especially kind of cartoony ones. And this one I just got off of Google. Yeah, Google Images. And So this piece I made with my laminator. I've just put another little illustration, and then I have my private details underneath. So my name, my phone number and email in case it ever gets lost, which I keep behind here. And then I have more of these Cesar-V dividers. I also have the same in my GM. They're actually like a plastic, so they can't rip, which means they wear beautifully. And again, they have like a leather embossed kind of look on them. And then I have these gorgeous little sticky tabs, again from Cesar-V. And the tabs I have in my personal planner are schedule, to do, website, resources, expenses, ideas. So again, if I'm out and about doing lots of errands and I have a day where I have to do loads of things, I will use a couple of the Cesar-V daily agenda pages. Again, the same as in my GM, but I usually only keep like a week's worth in here because I just use them as and when I need them. And you know, generally my errands are more work related, but if I have to do, I don't know, maybe a doctor's appointment or things like that, these are really good to make sure I don't forget it, and it's at the front of my agenda. Now the next section is my to-do, and these I actually get from Michaels. These are really, really amazing. They have like specifics for everything in Michaels and really super affordable. See if I can find a page without anything on. So they look like this, and I love the fact you can really categorize your to-dos with this section. So again, it relates more to kind of my personal life. So I have errands, housekeeping, emails, phone calls, to-buy list, appointments and activities, business, miscellaneous. So, you know, if we need to buy a Hoover, I can put that in here. If I need to, you know, take the rubbish out on Thursday, all the little things that I know I'll forget, this just means I won't using this. So the next section I have is website, and I keep this in here just when I'm on the go with relation to like Harry makes it up. So I have these printouts from, I think it's called Strange but Charmed Life or something Charmed Life. Again, I'll link everything mentioned down below, guys. But she has these, you can buy the PDF to print out, like the template, and they're YouTube boxes. So if I have an idea when I'm on the go, I like to make sure I've got somewhere to write it down, and again, things to tick off so I know I actually make the video. So I've got filmed, edited, cover and upload it. So that's my YouTube one, like a checklist. And then I have blog posts, and then I have written, edited, images, scheduled. And again, you could add your own things to this, but it's just great for when I'm on the go, for making lists for my website. So the next section I'm in is my resources section. Within this, I've had to kind of hide quite a few pages because this is where I keep my like go-to personal information. So, you know, my medical information, perhaps like car insurance, things like that, things that I might need, you know, breakdown cover, like in case of emergency of contacts, those are all in here. I can show you one piece that is in here, which is a gift list. Quite funny. So that's quite good if I think of a present I want to get someone that I know they'll love. Like, I feel like shopping for presents is really hard when you have to do it. Whereas if you see something at the right time, I'll just pop it in here and make a note of who it's for. So this is kind of like, again, more lists, but more to do with kind of like important information. And then next I have expenses. Now, again, I'm self-employed, so it's one of those things I really try hard to keep an eye on all my receipts and things like that and make sure I know what I'm spending. And again, these are brilliant. These are from Michaels, so you can get spending trackers. So I've got Uber, salad, you know, and I can just write down kind of what I'm spending over a month. And then you have things like this, so you can do a monthly budget savings. And these are really affordable as well, these sheets. They come in little books already hole punched. So, you know, I can write down each month what our mortgage is, what the bills, I can do water, I can do transportation, internet. You can literally list whatever you need in there and reference it. And then there's just cute little things as well, like 10 ways to save today, where maybe you could put little ideas for yourself. So yeah, that side is all like expenses and financial. So the next section is ideas. As the name would suggest, it's ideas, notes for on the go. So these ones are just from Michaels. They're super affordable. They're great because they have like list boxes as well as like boxes for the note area, and just good for kind of general note taking. And then I come to my actual diary. Now these were again from Michaels, and these are just such good value. They're actual, come with the tabs, actual like calendars. And this, I think this was like $9 or $10 or something. And it has an actual plastic coated cover, which is nice, so it protects it. And I think I'm actually gonna take April out of this and just have 3 months at a time, because watching another planner, I was thinking about it, it's actually really good just to have it as quarters of the year. So all I ever need really is 1 quarter of the year. I can always have a year at a glance if I need it, just like a double page thing or a monthly spread, and I have my work calendar. So I can show you March, because I've not actually written in March yet. So you get these nice little cardboard dividers. Again, this one is April, so nice kind of patterns, and you also start the month with like a notes and thoughts section, or here. And then you have, so you do have to fill in the boxes. That's the only thing that might annoy some people, but I think for the price, I totally didn't mind doing that. And then you have your month at a glance, and then you have your weekly. So that's really good for me. Again, my months I can just put in when I have to pay bills. I can put in, you know, basic information and then go more into detail with meeting time specifics in my week. And then last but not least, I have some Louis Vuitton stickers, which were actually in the agenda when I brought this, which is pretty cool. And it came with the original ruler. And then I have some, it even came with some actual Louis Vuitton, not dividers, what do you call them? Like pockets, which are really cool. So yeah, I can put my coupons and receipts in this little pocket as well. And that's pretty much it. You know, I don't do masses of kind of stickers and planning in here because this is more my everyday needs, my everyday things that I know I'm going to use on a regular basis and information I always need to hand. So yeah, that is my agenda, which is more for my personal organising. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. A little bit of a different video, but as I said, this really is like my hobby / passion. I love planning, I love stationery, especially luxury stationery, and I find it's a really nice time to have time out of myself that doesn't involve a computer or a phone, and even the actual art of writing is something that I really, really enjoy. So I hope that was helpful. Hopefully you picked up some good kind of planning tips, and let me know if there's any other great stationery stores, especially in America, that I haven't yet tried. Please leave them in the comments below. Please subscribe. I would love it if you subscribe, like the video if you liked it, and I'll see you soon for more. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.